The Diecast International Builders have invited the community to participate in a Mercedes build. I wanted to do something with this Hot Wheels Mercedes 380 SEL casting that I had laying around. I thought about doing a Red Pig Mercedes tribute until I saw that Hot Wheels actually did one of those. So that was out. So I did some searching and found a Mercedes 380 SL with an LS3 engine swap that was pretty cool. But the body is obviously dramatically different than this one. But I looked at the pictures, and you'll see some coming up here, of what I found. And some have a livery on them that's has a lot of sponsored decals and stuff. And then another one is pretty clean looking. There you see the cleanish looking one. So I decided to go with this, the Der Panzervagen. But it made me think back to when I was a kid. And, you had a car that maybe wasn't the car that you wanted exactly. You wanted something that was more, but you didn't have the money or the skill to make it happen. So we found other ways to make them, in air quotes, faster by, we do some paint things to them, throw some pinstriping on them, throw some slightly inappropriate badging maybe on them, and bolt onto them whatever we could find to make them look faster. And Lord knows, I think back to an old Scirocco that I had, that if it could be bolted onto that thing, I bolted it on. Anyhow, so I decided to turn this casting into the Der Panzervagen SEL as a tribute to that other one. Now, it's an all-metal casting, metal body, metal base. And here you see me filing down those stupid ridges they put under the wheels on the Hot Wheels so that, if you stomp on the car, it doesn't totally screw up the axles. I filed those down a little bit. I did some odds and ends to the casting. The casting was horrible, to be honest with you. There was a lot of paint. The paint on this thing's super thick, and I don't know if you could tell that from the original picture of it on the turntable. But the paint's really heavy, and it hid a lot of flaws. Just truly a lot of flaws. So, after I got this thing drilled and tapped, it has two posts, one at the front, one at the back. I had to clean the body up. And I got it as clean as I could without losing a lot of the shape of the car, a lot of the detail of the car. It was rough under that paint. So I cleaned it up, and this is highly sped up here, and I cut a lot of chunks out. Excuse me. As you see on the body, the way it's constructed, the front and back bumpers are actually part of the bottom of the casting. That worked out well in this case for what I was trying to do with the side decals, the Der Panzervagen SEL decals. Yeah, I had fun with that. I'm not sure what that flash was there for a second of the desktop, but I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm obviously doing a voiceover after editing this video down quite a bit. I went with the silver metal cast base coat for the color of the car. And then you see that polycrylic clear. That was recommended to me by Scott over at Southpaw Diecast because it's water-based. So I wanted to give that a try. I've done it a couple times. There you see the stupid dog that's on the interior of this car. I'm sorry, but we do not allow dogs in Der Panzervagen. So it had to go. And this is a soft plastic, so it turns out okay. I couldn't really fill in that spot because there was actually a post coming up on the inside of the car on the base that actually went up into the dog. Lord knows why they have that there. But they did, so we work around it. Hot Wheels also put their logo on the back window. So, I'm using Flitz polish to clean up the glass as it is, and it just took a little extra effort as you see here with the Q-tip, to get that Hot Wheels logo completely off the glass. Because der Panzervagen is not going to have a Hot Wheels logo on the back glass, plain and simple. Once that was cleaned up, it was time for Gazi, Gazi, Gazi. And everybody who's taken shots when they hear that, well, Gazi, Gazi, Gazi yourself really good here. I had fun doing this build because it's stupid, it's screwy. Doing a Mercedes 380 SEL and basically like a rally style livery is stupid. But I could see some kid being handed down to his grandmother's old Mercedes and wanting to jazz it up into something it's not. I made up a custom decal set, and it refers to a Tasmania rally that der Panzervagen actually was in. And there you see I made the little side stripes and they're on the base, as you see there. I also separately, and I don't take you through all of the decals because I don't want you guys just beating your heads against the wall by the time you get to the end of this. You see me do decals before, you've seen everybody do decals. Decals are decals. So you can watch an earlier video if you really want to see me use microset and microsol and microset to get this thing to suck down to the paint. But anyhow, I created this livery to give this illusion of this car being more of a rally edition. The tail lights are decals. The license plate in the back is a decal. Everything you see on the sides and the Shannon sponsor across the hood also are decals. I did paint in the front turn signal indicators, and then on the front grille, I used the Citadel contrast black Templar paint that you see there, which is kind of a cross, and you've seen me use this before on grills. It's kind of a cross between the Nuln Oil and the regular paint. It's much heavier than the Nuln Oil, but not as heavy as the regular black paint. What's nice, I did not dechrome the original grill. I just put this in there in the front grill, and then I used a toothpick to clean up the edges once it had dried off. I swapped in real riders. Those, as I recall, came off a Hot Wheels Aston Martin, as I recall. Tacked them in with a little glue, and that was basically the build. I hate silver paint, and I just can't get it to work well. And as I mentioned on my Patreon page to my members, I think maybe it's because I'm cheap and lazy when it comes to trying to find rattle can silver paint that works, but so far it has been woefully unsuccessful. The clear, the polyacrylic, went over it really well, so I was happy with that, and it is protecting the decals and stuff. But I haven't found a rattle can silver that I'm happy with. Hopefully that will change at some point. I am happy with the decal set that I came up with. I'm really happy I decided to make thin black stripes for the front and back bumpers. Two things I did after making the original decal set is I made the tail light decals so that they look crisp and appropriate, and did the license plate for the back as well as those molding strips for the front and back bumpers. And I think that did add quite a bit to the finished build. I don't think it would look nearly as good without those added on. So I was glad I did that. Rolls great. As you can see there, it almost rolls too well. So there's where we started. And here in just a second, you'll see where we ended up. You see, this is a very plain looking casting when you get down to it. So I think even just the taillights really make it look a lot better. It's not a great casting. It's okay. Hot Wheels, I think they kind of got lazy and they just threw the dog in there thinking, well, that'll distract people because they'll go, oh, look, puppy. and not pay attention to the car. I don't know, but the dog had to go. There you see the Target Tasmania logo on the back. So anyhow, thanks to the Diecast International Builders for hosting this event. I wanted to do something with this casting, Lord knows when and if I ever would have got to it without the invitational. So thanks for putting on this event. Thanks to all of you for watching my videos. There's some glamour shots coming up here that'll give you a little better look at it. All in all, I'm not happy with the silver, but I'm happy with the build itself. I just think the silver could look better. I think hopefully there's a rattle can silver out there that will work well. I've tried, I think, like 3 now and just haven't been happy. But thanks to you for watching this. I hope you do like the Der Panzervagen SEL. It's a little goofy. Thanks to my Patreon supporters for all of their support. Thanks to all of you for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there. And I'll catch you in the next one.